Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you, and this one is from the AITA subreddit. Am I the astronaut for telling my husband's kids how broke he was when we met after they insinuated I was a gold digger? I, 38 female, have been married to my husband, Rob, 52 male, for 4 years now. My husband's late wife died 1 year before we met, and we dated for 2 years before marriage. He has 2 kids, 28 Madison and 26 Brett. Note, I am not calling them my stepkids because they explicitly told me I am not their stepmom, just their dad's wife. I didn't play a part in raising them, so I'm okay with that. It's always been tense between us. I've tried my best to be kind to them and have been generous where I can be, but they are very cold with me. Being a child of divorce, I can partially relate to a parent moving on, so I try not to force anything. Madison recently got engaged and we are excited about it. Everyone was over recently and she asked about a wedding budget from us, and Rob told her he was able to contribute $10K. She has bigger hopes for her wedding than this, so she was upset and kept asking for more. I'm red flagging that. Rob, however, is still working hard on building his savings back up. Before his late wife died, he basically wiped out his cash savings, had to cash out his 401k, and even took a small mortgage on his house to cover medical costs, as well as life expenses since he had to cut back on working. Eventually, he had to drop that job for a more flexible but lower paying one. So this $10K is actually a really generous gift from him. Rob went to run an errand, and it was just me and his kids. Madison then asked me if I'm going to give any in addition to what her dad was giving. After making it explicitly clear that they want nothing to do with her, I told her we're a marital unit, and that's what we discussed together as a reasonable amount to contribute. She then said, I should have known. Obviously, you married an older man for what he had, not for what you could give. And more red flags. I knew she didn't like me, but this is the most flat out rude thing she has ever said. I kind of lost it and said, excuse me? Who do you think has been paying the second mortgage your dad took out to pay his debts? The truth of the matter is I make more than her father by a large margin. I have no debt. I've been paying 70% of the household bills the whole time we've been married. The $10K we're giving her is available because I've been able to subsidize her father's living expenses for the last few years. I made it clear that not only am I not a gold digger, but I'm also literally wealthier than my older husband. She called me stuck up after this and stormed out. And then she called her dad later and said that I told her that I blamed her mother for being sick and for her not having a better wedding budget. What? I told him what happened and he was mad at her, but also said I shouldn't have shared his financial details with his kids. Was I wrong? So the question here was, am I the astronaut for telling my husband's kids how broke he was when we met after they insinuated I was a gold digger? I really appreciate how OP here said, a lot of OPs in this case would say just, am I the astronaut for telling my husband's kids how broke he was when we met? The context of saying after they insinuated I was a gold digger is important because it tells us the trigger for the action here. It is the trigger. It is, she didn't just outright share this information. She didn't just blurt it out. This was a response to an accusation. A response to an accusation. A response to the daughter calling her a gold digger after this selfish little shit, this greedy, selfish little shit. There's the hypocrisy of it. And that's the best part of this whole damn thing. She is so greedy that she gets pissed off about there only being $10K available and then has the cojones to call somebody else a gold digger. OP, your stepdaughter's a bizzo and you're going to get blamed for anything no matter what. This kind of flows into the story we just talked about. So she needs a scapegoat right here. But to fabricate this lie and say that you blamed her mom for being sick and that's why she doesn't have a bigger wedding budget that takes that to a whole new level, right? That is not just her being shitty and greedy and a hypocrite. Now she's making shit up to try to force a wedge between the two of you. Not really thinking about it because guess what? If she successfully drove a wedge between you and your husband would have even less to contribute to the wedding. She's not thinking about that. She's not thinking about that at all. She's just pissed and lashing out at this point. That's it. She's just lashing out. Bizzo. She's a bizzo. And you know, she's probably, if she's not already at ASCOM 1, the daughter, she's climbing up that way quick. Completely ungrateful. Yeah. Blatant disrespect. It's like, yeah, daughter, I'll at least give you this. Sorry. You can't join our club.